all subscribers, and welcome and thanks for joining. If you haven't so, help me out by hitting that like button after the video, or not, but I wish that you would. I hope that you will. I hope the video is interesting enough and it's enough. It is content that helps you out and you feel like that it is something that will help somebody else out. And this is the whole reason and my whole focus toward everything I do on this channel. It is mystery of what it is about everything that we do when it comes to cars and maintenance we do, or what should you do in every situation. I also, from time to time, will do bills and things like that. There will be out of the normality of just a general repair. It will be at the time where if you're doing a repair, should you upgrade the part at that, and should you do something different to keep whatever you repairing from failing again. So with that being said, you can see the channel. The caption today is mechanical or computer programming. And yes, I'm diving back into a age-old subject, a subject that has plagued everyone since the, the early 80s, when we went to feedback carburetors, we went to NOx sensors, we went to oxygen sensors, and we also went to computer control of the timing and things like that. So let's jump into it. If you haven't done so, please subscribe to the channel. Do me that favor, subscribe to the channel and share the video with others so that it can reach other people that may not really know the difference between the two. In 1980, the middle of the 80s, they went to they done away with the regular carburetors that they had that had no control of them, and they went to what was called a feedback carburetor. And it is just what it is called, a feedback. They had a little sensor on the carburetor, on the bowl of the flow of the carburetor, that gave a reading back to the computer, that told the computer whether the carburetor was overfueling or anything like that. And then they also had the oxygen sensor on the vehicle, which told the computer if the car was overfueling or in a lean situation. They also had a NOx sensor on the side of the block, which also went back to the computer. Now, this is before this is prior to getting fuel injection. This is prior to fuel injection. This is what they came up with before they started doing the fuel injection on the vehicles. So this was the first test to see, what, how could they control the gas, the timing, and the emissions on the vehicle. And let me tell you, from a person that bought two vehicles when that first came out, it was hectic, man. It was hectic. I mean, the carburetors were like anything new, it was problematic. It was problematic. They took away the advance on the distributor, which was a mechanical advance, and they put the distributors that had electric advance on them. They were computer controlled. So where you used to have the canister on the side of the distributor, they did away with that, and they put it where it was mechanical. I mean, it wasn't mechanical; it was electronic. So you would not only would you have the plug that regularly that would fire the distributor, but where the advance or the retard was at, they took away the vacuum canister from that, and they put a module, an electronic plug there that controlled the advance and the retard of the distributor. And then they put an oxygen sensor in the pipe that would sniff and see, how much carbon dioxide was coming out of it, which also would help to retard or advance the timing for the vehicle. So it was just one of those things. But today, where we're at now, you can do one or two things. You could take any engine now, whether it be a non-computer controlled engine, and you have the ability to put uh, one of several manufacturers fuel injection on it. You can get them in 2 barrel, you can get them in 4 barrel, you can get them from any, it's so many people. You got Phytech, you have Elderbrock, you have just a variety of people that do the fuel injection where you can buy it as little as $1,000 as and go up from there, and you can buy a complete kit. Or if you look at the channel a couple of weeks ago, I went and bought a Elderbrock uh, kit for a vehicle that I'm going to be putting on a 72 Skylark that that I that belongs to a friend of mine, and he has a 350 Chevrolet engine in it, a crate motor, and we're gonna put that Elderbrock fuel injection on. We're gonna put it on that vehicle, and that's what we're doing. So with he's got a carburetor on it now, and he's been wanting to do the fuel injection for a little while. So we looked at it, and I said, for what he wanted to do, that we could put the Elderbrock on there, and that the Elderbrock would be the best fit for it as far as the tunability and the ease of installation. So, getting back to everything, if you're a person that like carburetors have came a long way. You can, if at a performance standpoint, you can't really put one over the other. You can't say that in my uh, experience, a carburetor or injectors, one doesn't outweigh the other. You can tune a carburetor and make just as much power as you can, or anything that's computer controlled. You can do the same thing with. Because you can take a LS motor, which is historically a computer controlled engine, which still is, as far as uh, the firing the coils and stuff like that. But you can do away with the fuel injection, and you can put your carburetor on it and still run the vehicle and make a bunch of power. So it doesn't really matter. It's just your preference. What do you want? Do you want a mechanical uh, a carburetor to control your engine, or do you want fuel injection? And you can't go wrong. Now, I will say this: if you're in a situation where you are really cold weather, I mean freezing or something like that, and you want the ability to be able to just, and your vehicle sitting outside, and you want to be able to just take and start it up, I will say that in my experience, uh, versus mechanical and computer, the computer control vehicle started up a lot faster than the mechanical. The mechanical one was still start, but the computer one was a little more easier to start. That's the only thing that I'll say in my experience that happened. But as far as all out power or performance, I can't rule one over the other. I can't say that I've made more power with a set of injectors in a computer than I have over a carburetor. I won't say that because I've dynoed engines with carburetors on them, and I had to rejet them and stuff like that, which that's common practice. And it's the same as having an engine on the dyno and you have injectors in it. You still have to map the fuel injectors, and you'll have to go back and dial in the fuel table in order for you to optimize the performance. So it's the same thing. I don't I've never had any difference one way or another. The difference, the thing of with the electric, with the computer is you set a set of parameters and it'll stay there. With the mechanical uh, advance and the carburetor and all that, same thing. You set it up at 32 or 34 or 36 degrees, same thing. So it's just a matter of preference. It's not like one will outdo the other one, or one is inferior and the other one is optimal. It's just not that. It's up to you and what you want, and uh, you can go either way. I mean, you can get drivability out of either one of them, because just as well as there are new style injectors coming out every day over the last decade or so, the same has been happening with the carburetor. The carburetor's always been around, and you have companies that are just perfecting the carburetor, the parts on it, the ability to tune it to any situation. So it's just up to you. It's what you will want. If you want to have a computer, fine. Want to have a carburetor, fine. Because I have, if you look back over my vehicles, I have two vehicles that are carbureted. The 80, 83 Monte Carlo, 780 on it, which is the Monte Carlo, and the pickup has a Elderbrock uh, uh, 750 on it, and both of them run great. My Camaro Super Sport, it's fuel injected. My Silverado uh, Texas Edition, it's fuel injected. So I mean, all of them run great. I can't say that one is better than the other. I can't say that. And like I say, on a performance standpoint, I couldn't say it, because you could duplicate the same thing on each one of them. If you were going carbureted, then you have to have the air fuel ratio gauge on it, or same with the computer. You want to put a, 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 O2 sensor on it, same with the computer. You want to just really dial it in. So like I say, it's on both of them. You need the same things in order to get it to really do what you want it to do, but you're not gonna have a leg up on either one of them. They're gonna be the same. So in my personal preference, I like a carburetor over fuel injection. And the reason why I like a carburetor is because if I'm driving somewhere and in one of my old schools, and let's just say I have a problem, the most problem I'm going to have is either it's going to stick or something like that. But as far as a fuel pump issue, I can go to AutoZone or O'Reilly. I can pick up that fuel pump 5 or 6, 15 minutes later, I'm down the road, I'm gone. In the newer vehicles, if a fuel pump goes out, I'm having to drop the tank or whatever and stuff like that. And so, it's just one of those things that one way or another. But in back to the main topic, there's no gray area between either one of them. They're both great ways to go, and whatever you want to build, however you want to build it, you want to go wrong, whether you go mechanical or computer control. Enjoy. Have a great day. If you haven't done so, subscribe to the channel, Big Pets Under the Hood. Follow me on Twitter, Big Pets Under the Hood. On Instagram, Big Pets Under the Hood. Facebook, Big Pets Under the Hood. Like the video, comment. Have a great day. Thank you.